Hi there and welcome to the Car Advice Garage. I'm Matt Campbell, filling in for Tegan Lawson with a look at what's making news headlines this week. Coming up, the Takata airbag recall continues to blow up, Volkswagen makes pricing changes, and the Ford Focus RS gets even more manic. First up, the Paris Motor Show is approaching and we've got the guide as to what may pop up this year. The major European show always has plenty of shiny new metal and 2016 isn't looking any different. While plenty of the reveals will be kept secret until closer to the media days, which are in late September, so chuck that in your diary, there are some educated guesses that can be made. The all-new Hyundai i30 hatchback will debut, and so should the new Honda Civic hatch. For those who prefer SUVs, the new Alfa Romeo Stelvio could pique your interest, while an all-new Audi Q5 and the 5th generation Land Rover Discovery are also on the cards. Stay tuned for our coverage over the coming weeks. The Takata airbag controversy continues with more brands announcing recalls overseas and in Australia. Jaguar Land Rover has confirmed that it will recall almost 55,000 cars and SUVs in North America. The Australian arm can't confirm if there'll be any local action just yet. Still on Takata, BMW's Australian arm has confirmed that more than 28,000 cars have been affected by the recall, with 3 Series, 5 Series and X5 models built between 2002 and 2005 involved. The Takata recall has now hit more than 60 million cars worldwide, with more than 500,000 owners in Australia involved. For a change of pace now, and Volkswagen has announced a number of changes to its pricing on both its passenger cars and SUVs. The German brand has pushed prices up on almost everything from the Polo to the Touareg, but not by too much. The Polo, for instance, is $200 more, while the Golf range sees jumps of up to $400. If you're looking to get into a Jetta, you'll be spending up to $1,000 more depending on the model, while the Passat is up by $500 compared to last year. If you want the All-Track, it's up $1,500. The new generation Tiguan pricing we covered off a few weeks back goes unchanged, but the bigger Touareg sees jumps of between $1,000 and $3,500 depending on the variant. Of course, most models will see additional equipment to offset the price rises, and the Scirocco even gets extra kit for no extra cost. And VW's retro fans will be happy that the return of the Beetle has been confirmed in the form of the Volkswagen The Beetle Classic. Seriously, it's called the Beetle. The People Mover and commercial vehicle ranges have also been amended, so be sure to check out the full details on the site. The Ford Focus RS has already forged a reputation for being one of the most epic hot hatches in recent history, and it's about to get even more epic. Mountune Performance, the UK tuning specialist that's aligned with Ford for the Fiesta and Focus models already, has announced a new Focus RS pack. The Phase 2 Performance Pack endows the Focus RS with an extra 18 kilowatts and 40 Newton meters more, so the totals are 276 and 500. It also lops 0.2 seconds from the car's 0 to 100 time, now just 4.5 seconds. Sadly for Aussie buyers though, the Focus RS Mountune model isn't on the cards for Australia. The waiting list for the regular car is already out to next year anyway. Porsche appears set to enter the crossover coupe market with a swoopy version of the Cayenne spotted by our spies. Well, to clarify, the car here has the trademark sloping roofline that we've come to know from competitors like the BMW X6 and Mercedes GLE Coupe, because it's essentially a Panamera on stilts. As a result, it may not represent the finished product, but it's clear that Porsche is thinking about a high-riding model like this. We know that the next Cayenne and this coupe model will be based off the same underpinnings as the new Audi Q7 and the Bentley Bentayga, and the upcoming Audi Q6 electric model. And what that means is that this Porsche Cayenne Coupe could be offered with an electric drivetrain too. Pushing the boundaries for the iconic German sports car brand a little too far? Well, time will tell. And finally this week, the great scam of China. Well, that may be a bit harsh, but the transport elevated bus has been labelled that way by local media. The bus, which is designed to ride over the top of traffic, was funded by crowdsourcing money to make it happen. But now media outlets are saying it's all a bait to get investors to lay down their cash. Realistically, it's more of a tram than a bus as it runs on tracks, and there were plenty of haters saying that some vehicles wouldn't fit underneath. It has a clearance of just 2.1 metres. While a prototype version has been shown, the question remains as to whether this will be a real solution for transport in China or not. Time will tell, but just like millions of people in that country, we'll stick with cars for now. Thank you very much. And these stories and more news and reviews can be found at CarAdvice.com. We'll be back with another hit of headlines next week. But until then, if you get a recall notice in the mail, please take heed of it and contact your dealer. It could prove to be a lifesaver.